Hello, friends. Hello, friends of Komodo platform, friends of KMD. It's me, E. Giuliano. And it's 3rd of July. I come to you bearing some price charts. Yeah, let's take a look. What's going on? Well, we'll take the BTC price chart because that is of interest to me right now. Here we go. This is a weekly view. We're going to take it down a notch, down to the daily price chart. What do we have here? What do we having here, my friends? It is a green candle, a bigger green candle. That's right. That is right. Where are we after that huge dump? We are here now, down at our low levels, down in the dumps, in the swamps, or, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So maybe dumpster diving for some real tasty morsels. What do we got here? We got one of them guys right there. What is that? Well, I'd say that is a big green candle relative to everything else we've had. Now, these big green candles were mainly wicks. And although we have a big wick here, that is somewhat Komodo style. However, just the body size of this candle is really what I'm after here. And that is very nice. Very, very nice. Daily candle. How can we complain? This is what we're looking for. We're looking for these kinds of signs of strength. When I say how can we complain, I mean, how can we complain with this? Yes, we can complain with all of this, but really complaining and all that is just going to keep us stressed. And that's just long-term unhealthy. We don't need to go into the mechanisms of that. But what we can really think about here is that on this daily action, we're just getting started in MACD, okay? We're just getting started. I don't think it's going to be a small sucker like this. I think we'll have a bit more substance, especially considering the long-term negative momentum we've experienced apart from this sideways movement a little bit at the end of May, beginning of June. So I do see at least a little bit more of a sustained positive move. And that's going to take us at least to this 20-day moving average, the 2000 Satoshi level. Okay, maybe just below here if we're at like the 1900s, mid 1900s, if we're getting rejected. Okay, we might get that wick and then the body close around here. All right, the wick maybe going into the 20-day and even higher. However, this is a sign now that we are going to range up into here eventually. We are going to go above the 20-day moving average, and we will make it into this price range here. In Satoshis, that's about 22 to 24, 2,500, okay? And so that's where we want to make it in the next couple of weeks. That's what we're looking for. In fact, based on sometimes the way the movements happen, is that we're likely to see something more up and then, it'll come back down to the mean. That's kind of the way it seems to work, right? So, hey, we had already talked about these levels and getting to these levels, so I'm not gonna go over that much here. If you want to see those ideas, then just watch the previous video of Komodo, look back into history there on the list of videos and you'll see it, okay? So there you go. I do see us getting up in here on a daily price though. Interestingly, the volume is not telling much of a story. So I could be early here in my thinking. This could just be showing us some strength, but we're not really going to make it there yet. Because when we look at the weekly, it is showing that there is still room for washing everything out here. But it is a lagging indicator that I'm looking at on that weekly, and I'll take a quick look with you after. But tomorrow really is we're getting a closing and we'll have much more clarity there. Is Sunday going to be a flat or even down red day, or are we going to carry some of that momentum? And I feel some momentum being carried into the Sunday. Today is Saturday, July 3. Tomorrow would be Sunday, July 4. And yeah, I could see us making the 2000 Satoshi level. All right, it'll also depend what Bitcoin is doing, obviously. But if Bitcoin is relatively flat tomorrow, then I could see Komodo running up, and that's good. We're aiming for the next level, which will be again up around here. And so that's it for now on the daily. You know, the RSI has been working its way through here since 11th or 12th of June, and now we're finally 3rd of July, and we're still not even touching the oversold line here at about 30. Yeah, that's where we are. Is 30 is our oversold line that we've chosen here. This is the default. There you go. So that means there's a lot of room for upside potential. Once again, the MACD is signaling that we are moving into positive momentum territory. So there you have it. Let's reach into this zone and find a new base that will correlate a little bit for us. So what we're going to see here is we're going to get into the 4-hour time frame. And now we are going to see interesting looking things. Firstly, we the squeeze here, got above the 20-day average. As we were squeezing here and we couldn't make it strongly below and turn the Bollinger Bands down, and then we wound up above that Bollinger Band, that was a good sign that it would take it higher. So as we get higher and higher, we get over here into some very strong momentum to the upside. But wow, Ichimoku cloud at this level of price action, nicely in the middle of this up and down, sideways action right here. And here we have our resistance there, and the big wick down. That's typical of Komodo to have, of KMD, I should say, to have these wicks on the green candles. So, just something to consider. But there is still more room to the upside. So finally, all of that RSI divergence played out for a move to the upside. Okay. So yeah, there you go. So far, what are we measuring here? Roughly, 15 up to a 20-ish% action. Fun. Okay, so this resistance though, how big is it? How strong is it? How long is it going to take? Well, I do think at some point the price will be battling into the cloud. So maybe it's not right now, although even on the MACD here, 4-hour MACD, it looks like we do have potential to move further into some positive territory. But even if that's not the case, and the price turns down a little bit towards this area here for the next few days, but then eventually I do see it making its way into the cloud. And in fact, I do see that potential to try and bust up to the cloud. Now, are we going to make it into this zone yet? I don't know. Is it going to first have to? This is the BTC price chart, right? So who knows? Who knows? Because when you're measuring against BTC, it's also a dollar thing, right? So the KMD USD is being measured as market cap and all of that, and then the BTC prices also of KMD is fluctuating in the meantime accordingly. They're working off of each other. They're different sides of the same coin, so to speak. So we could have some forms of rejection at these areas, but then again, by this upper band of the Ichimoku is quickly descending. So I mean, by the time we're here, it might be all the way down here, and so getting above it will not take as much energy. So we'll see as the coming days go on, but eventually we are making it up here, and We'll see what the price of Bitcoin will be at that time, because then that'll determine what the price of KMD is in USD. All right, but just cool here to note that we came up against that Ichimoku cloud once again, and were rejected by it, on this time frame, 4 hours. Okay. Yeah, so that's where we are with that. Just keep it going for the next few days. Let's go see where we can, see where we can get it. But we are going to just look at this weekly and see how things are going and what it means. Oops. Oh, Lord. Here we are. So this is our zero line, basically. I'm fine, it's 28 Satoshis, but come on. All right. So we see here again, similar to that 4-hour price chart, we see that Ichimoku rejection fund. Okay. So maybe we're gonna have a little bit of one of these actions, but it's shaping up differently. I would like to note, so yeah, I'm not saying that the 4-hour and the 1 week are going to be reflections of each other exactly here. I would like to note though, this right here, what's happening here. Ooh, we had this shelf for some time and now it's dropping down. That's quite interesting. I wonder how far we will see it drop and basically narrow this scenario, making it, by 2021, 2022, we're looking like we could play in this area and break above it. Wouldn't you love to see an 8,000 or 10,000 Satoshi KMD? Well, the time will come. So stick around for that, and yeah, we'll celebrate it along the way. All right, just like we watch it dump down, and it feels dumpy. Well, we're gonna dumpy and grumpy. We'll feel good. We'll feel good soon too, if that's what makes you feel good. All right. Is up movements of price. All right, so here still we have some negative momentum playing out. It's just how it is. So that in terms of the weeks, yeah, we might need a couple few more weeks before we are in a higher momentum territory on the weekly scale. Okay, a positive momentum, I should say, territory. Yeah. It's because we're at a pretty apexy type of a time right now. It's the longest lines. Now, because the weekly MACD has come from so low and has really not spent much time above the positive line. And when it has been, because when it has been in positive momentum territory, just the MACD and signal lines themselves have been in the negative territory. So but we're getting to a point now where the trend is going to, on the next upswing, it looks like it'll take us more substantially into the positive territory. And hey, that confluences nicely up into 2022, doesn't it? In that area of the Ichimoku cloud, that looks like it will eventually yield to some easier passage. Okay. All right. Well, we'll find out. Things are looking good. Short term, medium term, and that's good, and longer term as well. All right. So that's it for now. I think one thing I would like to note is with that monthly close of June, okay, I do want to acknowledge a slightly lower monthly close. Okay, slightly lower monthly close. And I'm just going to confirm that with this line here. All right, see that? Where we made a close around the 1688 level, and the previous low of December was around the current levels here, around the 1750 ish level. Okay, so interestingly, we made actually a lower low on the monthly close. So something to recognize and pay attention for. But yeah, we're coming for this 20-month moving average that at some point. So let's see if we can, after this lowest low here of the June month closing here, is this going to be the lowest low in KMD BTC? And then we are going to move into a higher low the next time after we make our high. You know, maybe it'll be a lower high than this. I'm not sure. This was the roughly 5,000 Satoshi high in April. So yeah, let's see. Maybe we make a higher high and then a higher low. But at this point, even if most likely we're making a higher low, okay, just how it's more, you know, the retracement is probably going to be. And so with a higher low, but then we go for a higher high, and that's going to be the main deal. And yeah, cool. When will that be? Not entirely sure. But if we look at angles and movements, we could see ourselves, yeah, into 2022, end of 2021, 2022, making definitely some strides up into these higher regions, and if not more. Yeah, looking good, friends. All right. Unfortunately, to look good sometimes needs to dump, right? That's when the people who well, they call them what, the smart money, the accumulators, all of that. That's what they're doing, right? They're accumulating. So that's it. We're gonna end it there. All right. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna just move over to the USD chart just for fun to see, you know, on the daily. We're looking like the dollar is coming. That's where we got to go. First stop is 85 cents, and then we can clear that. We can make to the dollar. All right, so let's get to that dollar. We still have some room to go with the positive momentum, but it could just sideways a little bit with the, you know, alternating momentum. So that dollar might not come for a little bit of time, a month or two, but it would be nice to see it during this month. And I think that there's a good chance we could see a dollar in this month. In fact, within a couple of weeks, so it'd be amazing. But yeah, we'll see. All right. Same thing here. RSI is looking like it's got some potential to run up. So, yep, coming around pretty soon. All righty. Okay. And then if we look at that 4-hour pricing here on the KMD USDT chart, we're heading up against that Ichimoku cloud area. We are breaking that Bollinger band to the upside. So let's see if it can keep moving up there. But we're going to check I bet you if we look at the candles, it's going to show us that we've already been there and been rejected. Yeah. So there you go. So that's what's happened. All right. So that's where we are right now. Possible another push, but also possibly just going to round down a little bit before the next push up. Okay. But yeah, it's coming. It's definitely coming. Definitely as close as definitely can be called, which is not very strongly, but we're reaching for this region here. Okay. We're reaching for this region here. Let's get there. Okay, friends of Komodo platform, all you KMD heads, that's about it for now. Talk to you soon. Take care. Be well. Until next time. Goodbye.